Samsung is back at it again with the Galaxy A16 5G, a budget-friendly 5G phone priced around $170 or 280,000 naira. It's packed with features like a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display, 5G connectivity, 6 years of major software updates, and a 5,000 mAh battery. But does it deliver enough to stand out from the competition, and how does it compare to the Galaxy A15? Let's find out. My name is Udi, I talk about tech. Let's shoot. Hey guys, so before we get into the review, kindly subscribe to my channel. So according to my YouTube analytics, a majority of you guys aren't subscribed, but you are watching my videos. So if you haven't subscribed already, or maybe you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notifications. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Alright, let's get into the review. The design on the Galaxy A16 is one that we are very familiar with. It's the usual Samsung design with 3 cameras. The A16 here is a glossy plastic finish though, so you're going to get a lot of smudges on this phone. The frame is also made of plastic and it is flat. Honestly, if someone told me that this was the Galaxy S24 Plus, I would believe it. It comes in 4 attractive colors. I have the gold color here. It supposedly weighs 200 grams, but it doesn't feel heavy. It has ingress protection of IP54 rating, which offers protection against dust and light splashes. Don't dip this phone in water, don't take it swimming. Now this is basically the same design as the Galaxy A15 except for the IP54 rating. The side-mounted fingerprint scanner is fast and convenient. And a hybrid SIM card slot is here, so you can either use 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 memory card. A minor downside here is the lack of a headphone jack, which might disappoint some users, but it doesn't bother me. I can't remember the last time I used wired headphones. Also, there is no stereo speakers, just 1 down-firing speaker. You might think that's okay, but you come to realize that other phones in the same price bracket have stereo speakers. Okay, the display. Samsung delivers a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED 1080p display with a 90Hz refresh rate and 800 nits of peak brightness. Whether you're streaming your favorite series or scrolling through social media, colors pop and the text is crisp with its 1080p resolution. If vibrant, sharp visuals are your thing, this screen won't disappoint. This is the same high-quality screen on the Galaxy A15 5G, but it's just bigger here. While the screen is excellent for content consumption, competitors in the same price range offer smoother 120Hz displays, giving them an edge. One thing I love about this display is the aspect ratio. It's wider than a lot of screens nowadays. It has an aspect ratio of 19.5 by 9. Most displays are 20 by 9, but Samsung uses this aspect ratio on all of their phones. The fact that this display is wider makes typing more comfortable, and I don't know, it just feels more comfortable in the hand. All phones should be like this. The notch, however, is one downside to this display, and it actually looks longer than the notch on the Galaxy A15, which is the opposite of what we want. Hole punch cutout is pretty much what every other brand gives us at this price point. On the software front, the phone runs Android 14 with Samsung's One UI 6.1. The user interface is clean and intuitive. But one standout aspect is Samsung's commitment to 6 major Android upgrades, ensuring that this phone stays relevant for years to come. This level of software support in this price segment is very rare, giving Samsung a very strong advantage here. The A15 5G had 4 years of software support, which is also good, but this 6 years is something special. What's lacking here is software features. We don't get a screen recorder on here, we don't get the gaming hub, we don't have video call effects, we don't even get the object eraser or AI cutout in the gallery app. All these features are available in the competition. Now, if you want to get these features on a Samsung phones, you have to spend a lot more on the Galaxy A55 or maybe wait till next year for the Galaxy A65. Under the hood, the Galaxy A16 5G is powered by either the Exynos 1330 or the MediaTek Dimensity 6300 chipsets depending on your region. Now here in Nigeria, we get the Dimensity 6300. Now both options handle day-to-day tasks with ease, but the Dimensity 6300 offers a slight edge in graphics performance. This phone is available in multiple configurations with up to 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. Now, pro tip, don't get the 4 gig RAM variant, get at least 6 gigs or even 8 gigs because 4 gig isn't enough in 2024 for smooth performance, and we're almost in 2025. So I noticed a few lags and stutters while using this phone, but nothing too concerning. And I'll tell you the problem is not with the processor here, but it's more with Samsung. Most of their budget phones are not optimized, hence the lagging. For casual gaming titles like Car X Racing and Dream League Soccer, they run well. And even with more demanding games like Call of Duty Mobile or eFootball, you'll be able to play on medium settings and high frame rates with no overheating issues. Here are the Geekbench and Antutu scores to give you a good reference. When it comes to 5G, the speeds are excellent for streaming, downloading, and gaming. However, keep in mind that 5G performance heavily depends on your network coverage. So if you're in an area with strong 5G infrastructure, you enjoy faster data speeds that this phone supports. The A15 5G comes with a triple camera setup, including a 50 megapixel primary sensor, a 5 megapixel ultra-wide lens, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and on the front, a 13 megapixel selfie camera. Now, at this price point, the A16 5G stands out as the only phone I know that includes an ultra-wide camera, which is a nice addition. The photos it captures are decent, they are good, but not exceptional. Colors look vibrant, but the images lack sharpness, and zooming in reveals a noticeable lack of detail. HDR performance is fairly decent across the board. Now all this applies to both the ultra-wide and selfie cameras as well. Now overall, while the camera setup is adequate for casual use, it falls short of being impressive, and I'll give the cameras a 5.5/10 rating. Hey guys, so this is the front-facing video from the Samsung Galaxy A15. I'm currently shooting at 1080p resolution, which is the highest you can go on the Galaxy A15. Oh yeah, let me know what you think of its video quality and the audio quality. Looks kind of overexposed right now, but when I get home I'll check how it looks like on my laptop. What do you think? Hey guys, so that first video I took was overexposed, so I'm taking another one and it's still overexposed even though I tap on the bright. Oh my god, what is that? So yeah, Galaxy A16 5G selfie video is overexposed, at least when the sun is out. Battery life is impressive thanks to the 5000 mAh capacity. You can expect around 12 hours of active usage, making it fairly easy to get through a full day on heavy usage. Now charging is capped at 25 watts, which isn't the fastest, but it gets the job done, reaching about 50% in about 30 minutes. However, as you know, there is no charger in the box. So, should you buy the Galaxy A16 5G? For around $170 or 280,000 naira, it offers a really good Super AMOLED display, 5G connectivity, and an impressive software support for the price. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly 5G phone with long-term software updates and reliable performance, this could be a great option. However, it falls short in areas like software features, stereo speakers, and the cameras could have been better. Also, should you upgrade from your current Samsung phone to the Galaxy A16? Well, Samsung has been consistently improving their phones with small incremental upgrades. So let's say you compare the Galaxy A15 5G to this phone, you probably shouldn't upgrade because the difference is very minimal. But if you say you're coming from the Galaxy A13, now would be a good time to upgrade. The Galaxy A16 is a balanced budget option with its main selling point being the crisp AMOLED display, 6 years of software updates, and 5G. What do you think of the Galaxy A16 5G? Are you getting one? Let me know in the comments below. And also, what phone would you like to see me compare to the Galaxy A16? Let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to make that video happen. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also turn on your notifications for more reviews just like this one. My name is Udi, this is udishoots, and you'd see me in my next video. See!